This is me. Hi everyone, my name is Obed Mejia, and today we are gonna be looking through some of the important moments I have had through my life. So here we go. When I started preparing this presentation, I thought I was simply going to tell my biography, but something funny happened. I couldn't remember every important date, yet I could remember the soundtrack of a video game, the sound of internet connecting through the phone line, and even the name of a serious cat. Then I realized that memories don't always come as facts. Sometimes they come as songs, TV shows, books, or people who quietly become part of who I am. So this is my story. My past. If I had to describe my childhood in one sentence, I would say that I was a curious kid with too much free time. While other children were becoming football stars or was happily saving princess in Super Mario, fighting in Killer Instinct, or racing my cousins on Mario Kart, I honestly think those games taught me that losing wasn't the end of the world. You simply press start and try again. Outside, my cousins and I believe we were explorers. Although others probably called us troublemakers, we walked to the village fields, climbed trees, rode a donkey, accidentally burned a dry field, and broke a few windows. So looking back, I'm still surprised that all of us survived childhood. At home, television became another teacher. Dragon Ball taught me perseverance, Sailor Moon taught me kindness, and Sabrina the Teenage Witch made me believe that every black cat should be called Salem. In fact, my email address still has Salem name in it, so somehow that Hotmail account has survived longer than many social media platforms. Technology was changing while I was growing up, and I was lucky enough to experience both worlds. I used floppy disks, VH tapes, Tamagotchis, Encarta, MSN Messenger, um, and my first computer. Nowadays, those things belong in museums, but to me, they still feel like yesterday. Looking back, it wasn't just growing up, I had been collecting little pieces of myself without even realizing it. For my present, what really changed me didn't happen during my childhood, it happened about 3 years ago. By then, I had been building a life that looked successful from the outside, then almost everything fell apart. My relationship ended, many of my expectations disappeared, and for the first time, I honestly didn't know what came next. I wish I could tell you that I immediately became stronger, but I didn't. For quite some time, I felt lost, but little by little, I stopped asking, why is this happening to me? And started asking, what is this trying to teach me? And that single question changed everything. Nowadays, I don't measure success by titles, money, or appearances anymore. I measure it by peace. I have been learning to slow down, to listen more carefully, and to enjoy simple things. I have also been studying English because I want to attend my V2 certification and become an excellent teacher. People often ask me where all this is taking me. Well, I honestly don't know every detail, and I'm finally okay with that. It is important to have goals, but it's just as important to leave room for life to surprise us. One good habit is becoming a little better every day instead of trying to become a completely different person overnight. For my future, people sometimes assume that everyone dreams about becoming rich or famous. I don't. Maybe that means I have a different kind of ambition. In the future, I hope I will travel abroad and teach Spanish or English somewhere in South America or Europe. I think living in different cultures will be one of the most enriching experiences of my life. I hope that by the time I retire, I will have taught hundreds of students. I will have been learning from people around the world, and maybe a few of my students will remember me the way I still remember some of my own teachers. And life is bound to surprise me again, and it always has. And so I don't want to control every chapter before it happens. I simply want to remain healthy, emotionally free, and surrounded by people who make me laugh. And yes, I still have one unusual dream. One day I would love to live in somewhere quiet and maybe in a frozen forest where everything is peaceful. If I can finish my life knowing that I stay true to myself and help other people and laugh it along all the way, then I will be achieve everything that really matters. This is some of my stories. There's definitely more to come. Looking back, I realized that every stage of my life gave me something different. My childhood gave me curiosity, my hardest moments gave me resilience, and the present has taught me gratitude. So, if there's one thing I hope you remember about me is not the games I played or the shows I watched. It's that every time life asks me to start over, I eventually found the courage to press start again. So, well, everyone, and for now, I thank you so much for having me, and I hope you enjoyed this video. So, see you next time. Bye.